Lesson 3. We're going to talk about a quick review topic that is holding the pick, and then I'm going to get into tuning. But for starters, I'd like to make a quick comment that when you're selecting a pick, I like you to use as thick of a pick or as stiff as a pick as possible, and that will allow you to strike the string with more force. And I'd like you to basically hold that pick. Basically that pick is pointing straight down from your pointing finger, and your thumb is perpendicular to that pick. And that's all the detail I want to go into about holding a pick. You can search other web pages and they go into a lot of detail about it, but the bottom line is hold the pick, get comfortable playing the guitar, and you will develop a style on how you'd like to hold that pick. Another thing I wanted to mention to you is that you might notice in lesson 3 here that I actually have my left foot raised up on a support here, and they actually sell foot supports or foot rests for raising your left leg up a little bit like that. And as I had mentioned in the previous lesson, the importance to keep the neck elevated, and by sitting down on a folding chair with your foot propped up, it allows you to prop up the neck, it allows you to rotate your hand around, get that thumb behind the neck to allow you to properly finger chords. So I wanted to mention those couple of things. Another thing that's a helpful tip to remember is as you're trying to strike these strings properly is that you can anchor your right hand in 2 ways. You can either use your pinky slightly laying against the guitar surface, and that helps you to kind of keep your hand in your mind, you know where your hand is, it'll help you to strike the correct strings. A second way that you can do that is you can kind of anchor your hand up against the bridge of the guitar, and that's another way you can do it too. Another thing that you'll notice as you're practicing is that where you strike the strings will give it a different sound. For a softer, gently sound, strike it closer to the fingerboard. Or for a brighter sound, or for playing leads, closer to the bridge. Also, before we get into tuning, a quick comment on how to use these lessons, and that is that these lessons are designed to be chronological in order, in that you should practice each one of these lessons until you acquire the skills taught in that particular lesson before you move on. And focus on playing, focus on making the music, and the minute detail of the intricacies of playing the guitar will come, but I'm just trying to get you to play the guitar right now. Let me go ahead and start with tuning right now, and let me say that there are basically 3 ways to tune. And the first way that is probably the most commonly used method today is by actually using a guitar tuner, and a guitar tuner is available at any music store. They're relatively inexpensive. This is a tuner for an acoustic guitar, and it mounts up on the top, and you can basically turn it on, and it will actually, when you strike a note, that's a D, and that shows that's in tune when you see 3 arrows on both sides. The second way is a method that you can use by striking 2 different strings to create harmonics, and that's a more advanced method than I want to go into right now. But if you do not have a tuner, what I would like you to do is I would like you to use the most common method, and that would be is to strike the 6th string on the 5th fret, and then the 5th string open. And if that's in tune, they will sound in unison. then striking the 5th string on the 5th fret, and the 4th string open, 4th string on the 5th fret, comparing with the 3rd string open. And then on the 3rd string it's slightly different. You go to the 4th string, compare it with the 2nd, and then on the 2nd string, 5th fret, comparing it with the 1st. So go ahead and take a look at that graphic that we have up there so that you can refer to that and keep your guitar in tune.